Welcome to the AI Showcase for June. Let's get right into it. Anthropic has released Fable 5, which in turn was based on the Mythos 5, the AI model that never saw it to the general public. That model was deemed way too dangerous for general public use because it was great at finding holes and backdoors in software systems. So instead, they provided that model to governments around the world and major companies such as Microsoft, Facebook, and other firms so they can go ahead and use it to plug the holes before any other bad actor leverages it. So instead of giving us Mythos 5, we got Fable 5. It's the exact same thing, but it has two severe limitations. Number one, with Fable 5, you cannot do any biology. It's supposed to not answer things regarding biological weapons, but I've been hearing cases of people asking simple biology questions regarding proteins and also being blocked. Number two, you can't use it for cybersecurity to find holes if you're a hacker in public systems. Other than that, it's the same powerful model. Now, I've been looking at the statistics and the test bed for both this and prior versions of other AI agents and models. Fable 5, excuse me, is probably the most capable model yet. It's just simply amazing in what it does. And Anthropic is, if you have an Anthropic license like we do here, you can use Fable 5 for the next 30 days within your subscription. After that, it's pay as you go. Given the fact that it's twice as expensive as the next model, Opus 4.8, I do visualize certain people only using this and not everybody at all. Like, for example, in my case, I use Sonnet 4.6 for most everything. I rarely use Opus 4.8 because number one, I want to preserve my tokens. Number two, I like the speed of Sonnet. And number three, I like the results. Now, if I do encounter a rather thorny problem when I'm coding an application, yeah, I'll switch to a higher model. I may even choose Claude Fable 5 for that. But in 30 days, if you use Fable 5, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you dearly. Now, I predict that all these companies are going to move away from subscriptions and all you can eat and go to a rate-based model, just like your electricity. How ComEd every month sends you a bill for your electrical usage. So will the AI companies, where you pay as you go. The reality is there's not enough data centers in the world to accommodate the demand. These models are getting better and better, and more people are finding use cases for them in medicine, research, math, science, and in particular coding. And even if you could open your data centers, there's not enough chips. For example, NVIDIA sold their entire production run for 2026 to Oracle. So if you want to buy an NVIDIA chip this year, you have to go talk to Oracle. But even if you did try and open fabs, we call them fabs, they create chips. There are highly specialized machines that go in those fabs. And there's not enough of those as well. The production runs for those highly specialized machines are already spoken for. They're usually built in Europe or in the Far East. So it's really a hampered supply line that's not going to improve probably until 2030 and beyond. Elon Musk got so frustrated with it. He said, I'm going to build a fab in Las Vegas, in Nevada, excuse me, not Las Vegas, in Nevada. And he's having problems trying to find chips and equipment to be able to build his own fab. So give Mythos 5, Fable 5, excuse me, a try. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. Until the next news. This also dropped a /go command. Now, anytime you do slash in Copilot, a whole series of commands come up. This one is very interesting. I encourage you to scan the QR code and watch the video. Where the AI, when you ask it to do a task, it'll complete the task and ask you questions or ask if you want to continue. And you're sitting there just saying continue with your mouse. Well, instead of doing that, now you can do a /go Specify what your objective is, and Claude will continue working on it until it's solved. It uses two agents. One agent to actually do the task that's powerful, and another agent to evaluate if the task was completed, which is not so powerful. So it's a combination of two agents. I also encourage you to give this a try. If you have a Claude subscription, get back to us with any comments. Let's go on to the main topic today, AI in manufacturing. As a manufacturing consultant, we do a lot of work around the U.S. with factories. And implementing AI in manufacturing has got its unique challenges I'd like to share with you. Let's talk a little bit about how the approach we take with our clients. Number one, we use AI to create a virtual model of the factory inside the AI. So it has a deep understanding of your production processes, of the equipment you have, of the different production lines, the rate those production lines produce based on the product, the different product sizes it can work with, on and on and on. When you're done, there is a representation of your factory, a virtual plant, if you will, in the AI. And as such, now you can leverage it to do all kinds of things. We basically want to let people know this is not a magic bullet. You need to train the AI extensively, impart that knowledge. I was meeting with a production manager the other day, and he tells me, and I agree with him, he says, one, we don't have all the data. There are certain parts of my factory it's just a black hole. No data comes out. I'm like, okay, I get it. We were talking about scheduling, having the AI help with scheduling. But neither does your current scheduler have the data. I told him. Your current scheduler does not have all the data. So how does he do scheduling? It's about imparting into the AI that sense of how the factory works so they can do a better job over time. It starts understanding your operation over time. We talked about creating a scheduling agent for this particular operation. But it's not a magic bullet. It requires effort. It requires teamwork with the AI, training it just like a new employee. Now, once you have that training cycle done, you want to assign it small tasks to do. These are tasks that take a long time, but are repeatable. So, for example, if I'm the production scheduler, I may have the AI analyze the schedule and ask me offer suggestions in terms of optimizing line number one, for example. So it's not analyzing all the lines in the factory, but just line number one or line A, whatever you call the first line in your factory. Assign it small projects at first, small task that would take the employee a long time. That rarely gets done by the employee because, okay, this is a long running task. I got better things to do with my time. AI can do it faster than I would assign there. The other aspect is once you have your AI completed, the model configured, and it has a deep understanding of your operations, this will lift up all departments in the factory. Scheduling can then ask, what is the impact of changing our schedule in terms of changeover cost? That's something that you can calculate if you sit down with a Excel spreadsheet. That takes time, and nobody has time for that. But what if we can have the AI agent calculate the cost of scheduling changes? So when somebody says, I need to switch out this production run from this product to another product, you can say, well, yeah, I can do that for you, but it's going to cost you $2,500 extra, as opposed to letting me do my schedule and do that product on next Tuesday, for example. When it comes to engineering, you may have an engineering manager who wants to replace a filler on the line. It says, look, I'm interested in changing the filler on line 3. That's all you say. And the AI knows exactly what filler you're talking about because you have a virtual plant inside the AI. It'll go out and do a deep research on replacement fillers, cost, benefits. Calculate the ROI based on your current scheduling the last 12 months, right? What would happen if we would have that new filler in place 12 months already? have it calculate the ROI, return on investment. In terms of production management, if you have a batch process where you're producing patches of 10,000 gallons or 5,000 pounds, sometimes you improve the process as a production manager and you beat the scrap standard. So, for example, if the scrap standard is 2% and you're able to produce 4 more units per production run, you're actually generating income for the operation because they're costing the product based on 2% scrap. And if you reduce that to 1%, you're actually making more money for the company. And as a production manager, it's important to be able to understand what that is. When I was a production manager, I would do this analysis all the time. And I would have I would go to upper management and request new equipment and say, I need a new capper in line 4. It's going to be $250,000. And they would tell me, no, we don't have money for that. I was like, I actually produced $400,000 in the last 12 months because of the improvements I made to the scrap levels. And here's the data here's the data to justify that, right? When you talk with numbers and you have your numbers lined up, it's a lot harder for them to say no. In that case, they did approve my project because everybody knows, for example, you need a new capper in line 4 because how crappy it is and how it breaks down all the time. But how do you quantify all that? So with the AI, it's easy to do that, much easier to analyze all these production reports. As a plant manager, you can calculate plant efficiency. What is your overall plant efficiency? And as a QA manager, for example, you may analyze production runs to determine why you're getting variations in fill, or why you're getting variations between batches. On consistency, analyze the results, share them with R&D, implement a new formulation, analyze again, and have that continuous improvement cycle to products. When it comes to quality assurance, I advocate being proactive instead of reactive. So that's it. AI manufacturing has huge upsides. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time, but it's going to be a real game changer. And most importantly, your competition is already doing it. So it's important that you get started now, because there's 2 things I know. Number 1, the technology is only going to get better. The AI is only going to get smarter. Number 2, those who leverage this technology will get ahead above the other competition. If you're interested in having AI manufacturing for your operation and or learning AI at your firm, we do offer a workshop where we come in and train your employees on using AI. This is a hands-on workshop. This is not you listening to me, where you're going to be doing tasks and creating assets and walking away with tools that you are going to be able to leverage in order to produce your productivity. So scan the QR code and book now with us, and let's talk. See how we can help your firm, not just with the training, but also implementing AI. We are Microsoft Data and AI certified partners. So if we are Microsoft Data and AI partners, as such, we have their backing. And I can pick up the phone and someone in Microsoft will answer my calls. It has a huge benefit being a Microsoft partner and be able to help you with these technologies. We understand them well. We get feedback to Microsoft on what they do. I sit on the console for Team Small Business, where I provide them feedback on the product. So consider us when it comes to being your Microsoft partner here regarding your AI, your databases, and anything else related to Microsoft products. That's it for me. If you haven't already, if you're listening to this on YouTube, consider joining us at the AI Showcase on LinkedIn. Scan the QR code, request access, and we'd like to see you there. Thank you.